Hey guys, it's Matt Catling here, and this is your mini accelerator for the week. Today, what we're going to be talking about is shifting your mindset and shifting from impossibility to possibility. I got inspired with this session. We were doing our business breakout program, our Troublemakers business breakout program, last Friday, and the results are pretty cool. I challenged the group that in the next 8 weeks, they needed to have 100K in cash, so not in receivables or time payments. It needs to be in the bank account and from a different kind of source in comparison or to their current structure, whether it be shifting their model or adding a service or a product, all of those things. Now, when I challenged everyone to do this, I noticed their mindset. And basically, almost the entire audience initially went into impossibility. Now, isn't that interesting? When you throw out a challenge that's out of your comfort zone, what happens to your psychology? Do you go into impossibility or do you go to possibility? The challenge is that if you go into impossibility, then it's almost like you're shutting the door on opportunities. Apologies, you can probably see the painters in the background. But so that's a real challenge, right? That's what a limiting belief is. Imagine like when we were born, we were in this incredible mansion with endless rooms. And then we go through a process. We go through a process of really shutting those doors. And that's kind of what rejection is, right? We start rejecting ourselves. We start rejecting behaviors or how we feel. We start rejecting other people. We start rejecting opportunities. And that is kind of the foundations of a limiting belief, right? We're shutting the door. We're shutting the door on opportunities. And it's really interesting to challenge someone on something that is big and really have them almost commit to it and then start to look at what are the limiting beliefs that are starting to come up. Like, for instance, if you want to know what your limiting beliefs are, go and challenge yourself on something that's out of your comfort zone. So, like, if it's a health thing, go and wake up in the morning at 4 a.m. and exercise and just notice the voice inside of your head, notice the conversation, and notice the limiting conversation or the impossibility component, and really start to write a list because that will give you a snapshot psychologically of what's holding you back around your health. If it's wealth, one of the aspects of wealth is creating a business or treating yourself like a business and learning how to promote and sell and all of those things. And so, if you want to know kind of what's holding you back in that area, go out there and start to do a deal when you feel you're not ready, or go and launch that business that you've been procrastinating on, and then notice the conversation internally around impossibility. Relationships exactly the same. If you've been eternally single, go out and approach someone that you think's out of your league, and then notice the conversation that starts to happen. Okay, and these are what we call that little self-talk, that little limiting conversation of impossibility are limiting beliefs. And so what we want to be able to do is kind of reframe those limiting beliefs and really challenge them instead of letting them run untethered. Because again, what's going to happen is you're going to miss so many opportunities. Like I say to my troublemaker clients, we are literally raining abundance. There are so many opportunities, but what happens is that our mindset takes us out of the game. So I've got a little bit of a worksheet, and you can reach out for this worksheet if you want to. But you can see it's very, very simple. We challenge ourselves, okay? So it might be, okay, you're going to go and do a 100K week. Now, a lot of business owners haven't even thought about doing a 100K week and what it looks like. They just take themselves out of the game with that conversation, which is, oh, it's impossible. I don't have enough learning, knowledge. People won't pay, whatever it is. But what if it's actually simple? Like complexity fails, simplicity scales. So the first thing we do is challenge ourselves. So in this exercise, it is doing a 100K week in your business. But like I said, it could be health, relationships, every area of life. And then what we do is we just simply list anything that is impossible that starts to come up. And notice you might find that you're sitting more in that kind of column at the moment. Because if it's hard to work out the opposite, which is in the opposite column, that tells you where your thinking's at. So the first step that we do is we list every single limiting belief. Go ballistic on this. And then what we want to do is we want to look at the opposite. What is the opposite? And reframe it. Okay, so if I've got a limiting belief, it's impossible because no one's going to buy my service or whatever it is. What's the opposite belief there? Well, it's possible, okay, if I'm able to get out there and research and find new customers. And so this is what we want to do. We want to balance the limitation or balance the impossibility with the possibility. And then once we've done that, a neutralization effect starts to occur. And then what we start to do is we start to write down, what are my new beliefs around doing a 100K week? Or what are my new beliefs around attracting that relationship, that health, launching that business, whatever it is. As I said, you can use this education sheet for anything, any area of life. And the most powerful, the most powerful thing is to use this sheet and then grab someone like me to be able to really help you shift at a higher level. And so, as always, if you need any help, please reach out. I'd love to support you on this. But that is our mini accelerator for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought. Okay, bye for now.